Good day. Welcome to Padlet Pedagogical Approach Part 1. In this part, I will tackle the pedagogical approach and how we can align Padlet to methodology or to uses in the classroom, in simpler words. So, the first thing when you want to create a Padlet, when you click here, it will show you many types of Padlets. What is the meaning of each one and how we can use each one in creating a new Padlet. So let's go back to here. As you can see, I created a shelf Padlet here. How we can know that this is a shelf Padlet? By clicking here on the ellipses, we can find information. And from the information we can know the format, which is shelf. Okay, now what does that mean? That means that information will be classified in columns like this one. As you can see, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, 5, 6. So when the students add information here by clicking on the plus button, this post will keep posted in this shelf or in this column. It won't be mixed with the other ones. This is the most used type of Padlet or format of Padlet, the shelf. So let's start by the basic and level 1 skill in the Bloom's digital taxonomy. Remembering, the simplest step or skill you can use to engage your students is by letting them search for information or remember information, or you can use the KWL chart. I will show each one separately. Like in this one, there was a question how to make a pizza. So students searched the web and they came up with information on how to make a pizza, and they posted this link in here. When going to this link, we will find information about pizza. So the student searched this website and he copied the link from here and he posted it in here like this link, save. So we have this, the new one. He can write his name, okay, and he can write also something in here, anything. Okay, so I remove this one now. This is for searching. You can also ask them a specific question. For example, can you list down the pizza ingredients? And they can also add a new post, type their name, type in the ingredients of the pizza, or you can link another Padlet in here. So when students want to go to the KWL chart, when they click on this one, it will take them to another Padlet. So this is a new Padlet actually, which I copied the link of it like this, and then I put it here. And here we have it. So in the KWL chart, as I said, they can list down what they know about something. For example, in here, human body systems. Students can write what they know, what they want to know, and what they learned. At the end of the lesson, of course, you may ask them to fill in what they have learned. And thus you will be able to use it as an exit ticket and as a starter at the same time. So the first two parts will be as a starter, and the last part will be as an exit ticket. Let's go back to level 2, the understanding. For example, you can use it, as I'm an English teacher actually, I can think of English teaching examples, like for example, understanding. Here I linked another Padlet, the same. So when the students click on it, they will find the story in here. When they click on it, they can read it. I actually attach the story as a photo, so it will be easier for them to see it anytime. Go to the questions. As you can see, what is her friend's name? For example, this is a direct question, and here we have answers from the students. For example, what did her husband do to make her happy? This is another question, and students can add their answers here. He, for example, brought her an invitation. Okay, and we have other questions in here. What is the format of this Padlet? We can find it out here. It's a stream. So stream means that you post a question, students can comment on it, and thus we go back here to application level 3. For example, you may give them a reordering activity, and here we have a link to another Padlet also, in which students have to reorder events in a story, like in here, timeline of Apollo missions. Actually, this is a timeline, and the students can add events in sequence. So the year or the date is what they should know in order to reorder these events. You can mix them up and let the students reorder them by moving this one into here or taking it back in there. You can also put pieces of story or for example subheadings of a story and ask students to summarize each part that lies under the subheading. Another application example is using map Padlet. For example, here we have a map, and here we have the format of this Padlet, which is map, and the students can find places like Ras Al Khaimah, for example, find the Emirate, Dubai. How they can do that is by clicking here, search a location, for example Abu Dhabi, and then enter, and now here we have Abu Dhabi. They can upload a picture, they can take a picture for Abu Dhabi, and they can write information in this part. Now we can go back. Of course, there are many uses to the map Padlet. We have now the analysis part, level 2. And here, for example, I put another task in which students have to fill in the block diagram of a story. I attached the same story that I showed before, and then I put the other shelves. As you can see, this is a shelf Padlet, and they have the students wrote their names first, and then they added the exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, resolution, the elements of a plot diagram, and I put here a grade for them. I could grade or ungrade their answers on a scale from 0 to 10. How I would do that, I will show you that in part 2, the technical support or the technical part of Padlet. Let's go back to analysis. Another example for analysis, mind map. This is a mind map. Here we have distance learning, as you can see, and we have pros and cons for distance learning. So we the students can add their answers here. For example, they can add a prose. For example, it can be, for example, support resourceful. And by adding it, they can move their answer here, for example, and connect it to this one, which is prose. You see, and now it is connected here. They can also, if they made a mistake, they can disconnect it. And they disconnect, they can connect again, and here they write, for example, their names, so that I know this answer is related to Ghaith. You can, as a teacher, also correct these answers by, for example, giving them a pink color or a green color or whatever you want. Or you can also actually add your evaluation by here. You can write comments, you can add comments to each post, or you can give it a like or a dislike. So now we save the changes, and then we can say, for example, resourceful, yes. Honesty, auto correction, for example, this is a prose, okay. Efficient tools, exams are corrected by computer, okay. Here, for example, we can say check the spelling, and the student will see my comment, and the other students can comment too. So that is analysis, and this one, the mind map, actually can be used in so many other ways. It's up to the teacher and how he wants to make the mind map. The evaluation part, you can add another Padlet. For example, this is a simple one. They can just evaluate the burgers by choosing how many stars. For example, 5 stars, this one 1 star. So students can rate things. This can be used for evaluation. We have many ways to evaluate. We have, as you can see, reactions. We have the like, to like posts, and voting, stars, grade. So another use of the evaluation is, for example, fact and opinion. Okay, so I can tell them like the fact and dislike the opinion. Like the fact and dislike the opinion, that means the students have to like the sentences that show they are a fact, and dislike the sentences that they are opinions. This way they can tell me, or I can see how many ones were chosen as a fact or opinion. So I have in here 4 students chose this as a fact, and 2 students evaluated this as an opinion. Of course, there are so many other ways to do it. The last, level 6 in Bloom's taxonomy, is creation. I put here, actually I like this one, but students need time to use it. This is like a WhatsApp chat in which the teacher posts his request here. Create a diary, for example, written, story strip, voice recorded, or videotaped diary, and the students start posting their answers here in the form of image, in the form of video. It is exactly like WhatsApp. They can also upload documents here. Actually, by clicking here, they can pick the file they wish, and they can upload it. Also, they can add links. It is exactly like WhatsApp. From more we can see what they can also add. They can even draw, actually. So we have so many options, we have so many ways in which students can create. They can even send a location from here. Students actually like this one, but it takes time from them. So this can be a flipped task to them, sent earlier, day or two ahead of the submission time, and the teacher can browse their works here and let them present them in the classroom or during the class lesson. We are done here. Of course, I just showed examples of how to use Padlet. Now I will go to the part 2, which is the technical part, in which I can show how to create a Padlet. Of course, I forgot to tell you, this one is a back channel. The format of this one is a back channel. So now I can show you the technical part, how to make a Padlet and how to use the options of Padlet in part 2. Welcome to part 2. In this part I will tackle how to make a Padlet and the settings of Padlet and the features of Padlet, all what you need to do in order to create a Padlet and use it properly. So part 1, whenever you finish signing up to Padlet, you can click here on the plus button and make a new Padlet. Of course, it will show you the types of Padlet. We already talked about each type of the types of those channels. So for example, let's talk about the shelf, the most useful one. We click here, select, for example. Now we have here a window. We can change the title, shelf, for example. We can call it shelf, and we can change the description. Students have to whatever you want to write here. If you wish to change the icon, you can add an emoji in here. For example, this one. It is just to no icon. If you want no icon, no need. Okay, otherwise here it is. You can change the icon. You can change the wallpaper. You can choose a picture, or you can choose a solid color. It depends on what you need to do. Of course, if you choose a picture, students will like it more. You can also change the color scheme, like in here. When you click outside this box, it will ask you that if you wish to discard and close or keep working. Say keep working. That happens because you didn't save the change. In order to save the change, you click next and then start posting here. So let's say that this is column 1. Okay, you add a new column, column 2, and you start posting like that. When you want to change the color scheme, you click on the dark, it will become black. You click on the white one, it will become white. This is to discriminate the posts from the background in most cases when they don't show properly. You can change the font from here. As you see, the font is changing. Attribution, you can display the author's name above each post. Actually, this is not effective because students are not entering from their own accounts or Padlet accounts. So the more important feature is the comments. Allow viewers to comment on their posts. So you can click save here. I will give you an example. Save and close. Now when you write something here, you can see the comment part. Good one, for example. Now here we have a comment, or otherwise you can disable the comments and comments won't show anymore. Reactions is for the evaluation part. This, as you see, we have no reactions here. Let me take you to another one. This one, for example, has a like reaction. As you can see, we have hearts. I liked the posts that are correct. I told the students I would like the ones that are correct. Or I can let the other students also like them too, to show their evaluation. This is like. If you wish to vote, save. As I said before, you can like or dislike the post. Like means something, dislike means something. You can tell them. Or you can also, choose a star in which you can rate. Okay. You can rate each post from in a scale of 1 star to 5 stars or unrated. Okay, and then here content filtering. If you want students not to post unless they are approved, you can toggle this on and you will receive an approval request, but this will give the teacher a lot of headache. Actually, if you have students who are, who don't abide by the class rules, who you expect to write something not appropriate, you are preferably required to toggle this on, so at least you can see the post before it is posted. Now the setting part is over. Here we have the ellipses part, in which the teacher can remake the Padlet. That means he will copy. What he wants to do is, for example, and if you want to reuse this Padlet, you can remake it. Here are the options. Actually, this is not really necessary in the use of Padlet, so you can also export. Actually, this is very important. When you click export, you can keep an evidence of your work by saving the Padlet as an image or saving it as a PDF. So I just want to give a note here. When you save it as an image, for example this one, it will take about 15 seconds to finish. But it will open another tab in which the image is saved in. Don't think it is saved yet. This is it. You have to right click and then save image. Save image as, and write the name of the image and save it. Now it is saved. If you wish to save it as a PDF, as you can see, you can choose landscape or portrait. Landscape is better. Pop. Now the last and most important part is how to share the Padlet. By clicking share here on the top right corner, you can click copy link to clipboard. So now it's copied. If you open another tab and you paste the link, it will take you to the same Padlet. The same will happen to the students when they click on it. You can also share it, which is an easier way, by clicking here in the search box and right click copy. There is another way to share it, which is share, get the QR code, and this way actually you can use when you want to collect the students' projects. You can give them a Padlet in which they make their own Padlets, and they share the QR code in your Padlet, and thus you will have a copy or a record of the students' projects in which you can browse each one's project very easily, whether it's multimedia or written one, text one, whatever it is, you can present it very easily. You can also download the QR code here. Thank you very much. I hope this was useful. If you have any questions, please let me know.